Next, I want to change gears for a second here. I thought it would be really smart and really appropriate for us, in the midst of all this change, in the midst of all we're going through, at the end of our 5-year strategic plan, we've done a lot to enhance the school, and we're planning to go into a new strategic plan in the next year to see what the next chapter of life is going to be like here at Village and what God would have us do. So I thought it was important to go back to the start, back to the beginning. What was the original vision for Village Christian School? And I'm not sure if you can see this. You probably can. If you can, you have really good eyesight. But it is a copy of the original Articles of Incorporation of our school from May 5th, 1949. And in reading and talking to the people about the history of Village and its founding, what I found out it was always intended to be an outreach to the community, which is different than how many Christian schools started, especially those that were church-sponsored or church-related. Those schools typically started just to be a school for the kids in the church. But Village was not that. Village was always an outreach because Pastor Phil Gibson was a frustrated missionary, kind of like me a little bit. You can ask my wife about that later. But Pastor Phil wanted to go around the world. He wanted to minister across the ocean somewhere. But yet God called him to Burbank. And so he started Village Church. And it wasn't long after the church started that his heart, this huge heart for the people of the community, expanded to want to include a school for those kids in the community who could come have a faith-based education that would help them to grow and meet Jesus. Who we are as a school, at our core, is an evangelical, inviting communicators of the good news of Jesus. The founding vision that started 68 years ago has been given new breath in our care values that our board created, in our new mission statement that we are living out to help these students to thrive, and our 1-to-5 strategy. And it's important for you to know that our evangelical mission and our outreach approach is different than parochial schools, who operate under more of a rules-oriented, more disciplinary approach. Our approach is different. It can be more challenging. It's harder to convince kids that they need to meet Jesus than it is to tell them that they need to meet Jesus. It's harder to invite someone into the gospel than it is to beat them over the head with it. But we all know it's more effective. And the research tells us that for students to thrive, they have to be up to the challenge to take on the responsibility for their own learning. Mr. Endicott reminds me of this all the time, especially as I'm trying to get my seniors through their senior project. Oh my goodness. They have to be able to think critically, they have to be creative, and they have to do all that so they can develop a lasting faith that focuses on the core message of love your Lord with all your heart and your neighbor as yourself, so they can take it with them for the rest of their life. That's our mission, and it's never been more important than it is today. I wanted to mention that in creating these new strategies and going through these new programs and initiatives, we relooked at some of the key elements of who we are as a school. Two of those elements that are really focal to who we are as a school got a chance to really rethink what they're doing and what their philosophy is and what their mission is. And I wanted to share those with you tonight. That's the arts and the athletic department. So in the arts, meeting with teachers and parents who are part of the arts community, they came up with this new mission statement. I want to read it for you. It says, the Fine Arts Department at Village Christian School embodies the belief that the arts play an integral part of academia to inspire, nurture, and enhance the cultural lives of our students. Our goal is to recognize the gifts of each of our students and through the mentorship, education, and practice, develop their skills with excellence and discipline. We want our students to graduate with a strong foundation in Christ, confidence in who He created them to be, excellent in their artistic skills, and to make an impact in the entertainment industry or any career of their choosing. The emphasis on preparing young artists who will engage their secular industry with a solid faith and an ability to see, as Mr. Babbis always says, biblical truth in secular works. now the athletic department. Similarly, Mr. Oss led a group of teachers, coaches, parents, and students through a similar process. And they came out with this vision statement. And their vision statement reads, "It's the village of the Village Christian Athletic Department to be recognized as a small school power. Teams will compete for Olympic League and CIF Southern Section championships on an annual basis. Our goal is to be known as a highly successful athletic program that plays with excellence, sportsmanship, and in a way that honors Christ. Crusader Athletics will provide lower-level teams offering student athletes the opportunity to play multiple sports, receive expert instruction from godly coaches, participate in collegiate-level strength and conditioning and sports medicine programs, and assist athletes who desire to participate at the college level. We want to provide the opportunities for students to develop all their God-given talents, and as Paul wrote, to run in such a way that you may win." And we know that that prize is far beyond a CIF championship. So, again, some more information on where our school is going and the introspection that we're doing with your help.